Howard works at a waste disposal company. When he attached the pipe to drain the tank and pulled the valve, the pipe leaked, and the whole waste spilled on him. Rangi, who was standing nearby and busy on the phone, was yelled at by Howard to close the valve. He closed it, but the damage was already done. All the waste was on Howard. He cleaned himself when this guy showed up and told him to work another 8-hour shift. Because their dad couldn't come, this guy is Howard's stepbrother. Howard got furious. After spending 16 hours, he now had to work another 8 hours. On the other hand, Fenigan, who happens to be Howard's mom, has a man tied up on a chair, and with a click, she summons a demon onto that person, and he immediately transforms. Howard and Rangi are still traveling in the vehicle to another place. Rangi installs a new game on his phone to detect and collect ghosts. Suddenly, the phone's notification rings, and he asks Howard to stop, because the app says there is a ghost nearby. They stop, get out of the vehicle, and Rangi sees a ghost on the phone. He taps on the screen to collect it, but as he clicks, Howard feels pain in the back of his neck and falls to the ground. Rangi asks what happened, and Howard says it might just be some stabbing pain. Then they hear an electronic device nearby. It's a necropod. Rangi points his phone's camera toward it, and they see a ghost on the phone. Howard freaks out, and they leave. There was a meeting going on when Fennigen appeared on the screen in the meeting room. One of the men told her that the ghost capturing game they had launched had already reached 1.3 million downloads worldwide. At that moment, a creepy guy barged into the room where Fennigen was. He had another person strapped to a wheelchair. Fennigen excused herself for a second, went to the guy, and did something terrible to him. She then returned to the meeting room's screen and threatened everyone, saying that if anything went wrong, she would kill everyone in the room. For the record, this is a world where someone has unleashed the devil onto the internet, and anyone can be possessed through their mobile devices. The game they launched to capture ghosts has been taken over by Fennigen, making her even stronger, because she sucks all the souls using that game. This guy is fighting a possessed man alongside two girls, Torquil and Molly. They kill the ghost and head back to their van. Inside, they realize they have lost connection with the other necromancers. Yes, they are necromancers who capture ghosts. Molly tells them that this is the work of Fennigen. Meanwhile, Howard and Rangi are heading somewhere. Rangi is peeking out of the window, and Howard tells him to get back inside the vehicle. Rangi then asks Howard to stop the vehicle because he wants to capture a ghost, but Howard refuses, since previously Rangi had almost caused them to crash. Rangi points his camera in different directions, and when the camera faces Howard, it shows him strangely. Rangi totally freaks out, Howard too, and they end up crashing into nearby garbage cans. Rangi asks, "What is wrong with you?" But Howard has no clue. Rangi clicks on the screen, and when he does, something happens to Howard. This immediately sends a signal to Fenigen and the necromancers, though the signals are unidentified. Howard asks Rangi what he did to him, but when he looks around, he starts seeing ghosts everywhere. Fenigen sends a ghost through the internet, and a man gets possessed and begins attacking Howard and Rangi. A ghost is attacking Howard when Molly enters. Howard pulls the ghost off himself and pushes it back through the internet from where it came. Afterward, Howard loses consciousness and collapses. When he wakes up, the guy and the girls pull a tracker out of his body and do something to him. He wakes up again, totally freaked out, and asks who these people are. The guy tells him to sit down before he explains everything, but Howard refuses, until the guy uses some kind of power to force him to sit. Then he tells Howard that he is a necromancer, a demon hunter, just like them. Howard is in total disbelief upon hearing this. The man goes on to say that Howard's mother and father were also necromancers. He shows Howard a photo of them and tells him that he comes from the most powerful family, one capable of exterminating demons with their bare hands. He explains that he was the one who discovered the online activity of demons, but it was Howard's parents who devised a way to inject their souls into the internet to capture demons online. Howard thinks this is total nonsense. The man continues. Fennigen, Howard's mother, spent most of her time online, but her soul became corrupted. She began attacking her own kind and feeding on their souls to gain ultimate power and immortality. She even tried to kill Howard, but his father got there first and hid him. Sadly, they couldn't save his father because by the time they arrived, he was already dead. As he is telling Howard this, Fenigen arrives. The man tells everyone to leave while he stays behind to stop her. They all run, but Rangi gets struck on the head and dies instantly. When they make it outside, they hear a noise and immediately recognize that Fenigen has killed him. They kept running, and when they reach the van, One of the girls was inside while the other was asking Howard to get in. But Howard stopped near the van for a second, then suddenly started running in the other direction, only to get hit by a car and black out. When Howard woke up, he was in the hospital. Still in disbelief, he saw the ghost of Rangi and totally freaked out. Rangi really terrified him. Rangi explained that all the ghosts are tied up somewhere, but he could move only because of Howard. A nurse came to check on Howard. Rangi appeared, and Howard pointed toward him, but the nurse couldn't see him. She thought Howard was hallucinating and went to call the doctor. Howard and Rangi, both in disbelief, were arguing when they heard heavy footsteps. Someone was coming toward them. Rangi disappeared. Moments later, Fenigan entered the room along with the doctor. She told Howard to join her and promised to spare his life. She revealed that she was his mother and claimed she was giving him this chance only because of that reason. Howard confronted her about killing his father, all the horrible things she had done, and abandoning him. She told him she never abandoned him and that the necromancers were lying to him. Then she reached out her hand. When Howard held it, they both started glowing, and he caught a glimpse of the immense power she had, the same power he could possess if he joined her. Fenigen then handed him a cube, telling him he simply had to plug in the cable to join her. Howard asked what would happen if he plugged it in, and she instantly became furious, demanding that he just do it. At that moment, both the girls burst in and shot Fenigen out the window. She fell out of the building and landed in a dumpster. The two girls then started shooting at the doctor and killed him. Afterward, they turned to Howard and told him he had to choose, either go with them or go with her. Howard agreed to go with the girls. After some time, they reached their safe place. The two ladies showed Howard how his mother was growing stronger and stronger after consuming souls. They then explained that she had a plan to draw a massive diagram throughout the city using necropods, in order to summon a demon that would suck the souls of everyone in that place. Their plan was to disrupt the diagram by stealing the necropods, and they told Howard he had to come with them to steal. But Howard, already exhausted from everything he had gone through, lashed out at them. One of the women got angry at him too, and things were about to escalate when Molly stepped in and calmed them down. She asked Howard to let her train him for a day, and then he could decide. So they headed to their hideout and began training. Molly told him to punch the bag without touching it. He tried but failed. Then she tried something different. She asked him to close his eyes. She tossed a coin on the floor, held his hand, and helped him relax. This time it worked. Howard was able to lift the coin without touching it. After that, she asked him to punch the punching bag again, and this time he succeeded. Then, they showed him the suits they wore when fighting demons, and explained that the demons were trapped inside cubes taken from the internet. Now suited up to kill a demon, Howard pressed the cube into the machine while they readied their weapons. Upon summoning, he released the demon and then they killed it. But this action immediately sent a signal to Fenigen. Now they prepared to take the necro box. They reached the place. Howard stayed below with the button to contain the ghost, while the two ladies went up to kill the ghost and take down the box. However, Howard pressed the button too early because Rangi distracted him. The area shook. It was actually an EMP detonator. The ladies couldn't kill the ghost in the box, and it escaped. The ghost swooped down toward Howard while the ladies were cutting the cables. Howard was attacked by the ghost until Torquil came and saved him. In that same area, a possessed man appeared and tried to attack. Molly managed to take down the box, and soon they were being pursued by more possessed people. Then Fenigen spoke through a possessed woman, asking Howard to join her. He refused, and killed the woman instead. They ran out of the tunnel, reached the van, and escaped. Fenigen, furious at the loss of the necropod, raged in anger. Back at their place, they opened the box and found their uncle's head inside. The uncle begged them to free him. He also revealed their true plan, to take over the internet and harvest the souls of everyone using it. Molly went ahead and freed the uncle. Molly then decided the only way to stop their plan was to go inside the network herself and kill Fenigen by uploading her own soul. Meanwhile, Fenigen's plan was nearing completion. Howard and the two ladies headed to the power supply station. But before Molly could act, Torquil uploaded her soul into the network. Fenigen detected it instantly, uploaded her own soul, and began chasing Torquil inside the system. Torquil returned, but Fenigen came back with her. Molly tried to bring her fully back but failed, so she asked Howard to try. In doing so, he accidentally blew up her head. Everyone was left in shock. They brought Torquil's body back to their place. As they grieved over her, Molly, heartbroken, pointed her gun at Howard and blamed him for everything. Howard told her to shoot him, but in the end, she couldn't pull the trigger. Then Rangi received a message from Torquil inside the cube, asking him to stop whining and bring her back. They wondered how to do it until Rangi suggested using a 3D printer. They started printing and placed the cube in the machine to summon Torquel's soul. Howard activated it, and she came back. As she adjusted to her new body, Torquel told them that she had mapped the entire network of Fenigen and had a plan. They headed straight to Fenigen's place. Torquel shot the security guard and moved inside. Meanwhile, Molly and Howard teamed up separately. As they got out of the van and approached the building, Howard was attacked by a ghost, but Molly saved him just in time. Torquel entered the lift, where a swarm of demons waited outside. She outsmarted them, killed them, and pushed further inside. Howard and Molly were working as a team until Howard decided to split off on his own. At that same time, Fenigen's entire network was completed. Howard pressed forward while Molly was attacked by another ghost. She pulled the pin on a grenade, blew it up, and survived. Hearing the explosion, Howard rushed back to check on her and found her safe. Meanwhile, Torquel had made it into Fenigen's server room. A fight broke out. She killed everyone there and opened the door to Fenigen's chamber. But Fenigen blasted her with power, leaving her badly wounded. Fenigen and a creepy man dragged her inside. Fenigen began sucking the souls of everyone in the city. As Torquel was being dragged further in, Rangi suddenly appeared and attacked one of the possessed men, freeing her. Torquel fought back, killed them all, then rushed straight toward Fenigen. She sacrificed herself, detonating in a massive explosion that destroyed the entire network. The blast saved everyone. Torquel was still trapped inside the network with no body to return to. Molly decided to go into the network to bring her out. But in doing so, Fenigen's soul entered Molly's body, and she began attacking Howard. Howard fought back. He punched her, knocking her down, tied her up, and managed to extract Fenigen's soul from Molly's body. He brought Molly back while trapping Fenigen's soul inside the cube. They headed back to their place to finally destroy Fenigen's soul. They placed the cube inside the machine, and Howard summoned her. Fenigen's soul was hideous, ugly beyond belief. She had Torquel in her grasp and tore her to pieces. Then she grabbed Molly, broke her arm, and hurled her away. Howard, enraged, punched Fenigen straight into the machine. He turned to check on Molly, but Fenigen burst back out and attacked him again. Molly picked up a gun, shot her, and saved Howard. Howard woke up to find Molly unconscious. Torquel, however, managed to restore herself, stitching her body back together. Howard carried Molly and placed her into the restorative liquid, bringing her back. It was totally mind-boggling.
Yeah, of course I did.
So, if you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe for more. And check out what happened to a vampire girl who fell in love with a human.